AfroTales Podcast is a part of the Connected Podcast Network. Chef. Yes, Glio. Don't you love how we get to share our stories and recipes? Yes, I enjoy it greatly. Do you know what makes it possible for everyone to hear us? Yes, Glio. Our voices, obviously. True, but it's also Anchor, a hosting platform that distributes the podcast to places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and others. Oh, yes. And isn't everything needed to make a podcast in one place? That's correct. And the best thing of all, Chef, it's free. Free, you say? Free. And all I had to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So, you just had to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Yep. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and do what we're doing now. Fantastic, Grio. Simply fantastic. I know, Chef. I know. Ahoy, my friend, and welcome aboard the AfroTales Podcast, a ship that will carry us from location to location, exploring the tales that grew from the African diaspora in the Americas and the Caribbean. I am Amon Mazinga, your teller of yarns. As we head out, a particular yarn for each location will be spun. Come, sit with me, and enjoy this journey. Obatala's Yams. The woman named Obatala owned an extensive plantation of yams. She had the knowledge of making these sacred yams grow and flourish, but the secret was known to no one else. Obatala wanted to employ a man to plant and cultivate her plantation, but she wanted to make sure that such a person would be discreet and not reveal her secret. Anyone to whom she divulged the knowledge had to have the capability of keeping silent about what he knew. Now, it was Obatala's opinion that when a man has women in his life, he is inclined not to be reliable in such matters. And so she sought to find a man who was sexually indifferent. She heard of a person named Orisha Oko, who, it was said, had never had or desired sexual relations with a woman. She sent for him, and after lengthy questioning, she appointed him chief of her plantation and instructed him in the magic of making the yams grow. He learned quickly. He planted and cultivated, and Obatala's yams continued to grow well. Many people sought to find out the secret of Obatala's yams and what made them flourish, but they were unable to do so. If they tried to get Orisha Oko to say something about it, he kept his silence. The young man named Shango had on numerous occasions implored Obatala to give him possession of her ritual drums, but Obatala's answer had always been to refuse him. Shango's mother, Yamoja, wanted very much to help her son fulfill his desire. And so she plotted as follows. If I can get from Orisha Oko the secret of the yams, I can give the secret to Shango. And if I can ruin Obatala's plantation, she will have no more yams. Then Shango can exchange his yams for the drums he wants. So Yamoja went to Orisha Oko and tried to make him divulge the secret of the cultivation of the yams. But Orisha Oko's answer was silence. Yamoja persisted. She came back day after day, but his answer was always the same: silence. Then one day she said to Orisha Oko, "Let us go and have intercourse." Orisha Oko said nothing. She went to him again the next day and proposed that they have intercourse. But Orisha Oko ignored her. Day after day she went to where Orisha Oko was working and tried to arouse him. And then, at last, she succeeded in making desire flow in his body. Together, they lay on the ground and had intercourse. "Ah," Orisha Oko said, "this is a very pleasant thing we have done. We are going to do it every day." But Yamoja demanded that he give her in exchange the secret of the yams, which he did. She gave the secret to Shango, who began to grow yams. And while he grew yams, Yamoja continued to meet with Orisha Oko and have repeated intercourse with him. Orisha Oko was so preoccupied with his new discovery that he neglected Obatala's plantation. He failed to do what he was supposed to do. And a time came when Obatala's yams were withered and exhausted. Her plantation was barren. When Shango brought a sack of his own yam to Obatala, saying, "This is a present for you," Obatala said, "How did you acquire these yams?" Shango said, "My mother has the secret of growing them." When Yamoja was certain that Obatala had no more yams left, they went to visit her. She began to negotiate for the ritual drums that Shango wanted. And in the end, it was agreed that Obatala would get the yams grown by Shango, and that Obatala would give him the drums. Shango acquired the drums, and he was acknowledged thereafter as their owner and master. As for Orisha Oko, he left Obatala's plantation and disappeared in the wilderness. The end. Okay, yeah, so first and foremost, I want to respect the Orishas, Ifa, Santeria, I can't think of the name for what they call it in Brazil. But these beings are all over West Africa, the Caribbeans, and Mexico, and South America. And a lot of people in the southern United States know about them too. So that's why they didn't get a voice from me. I'm not in that particular religious sect or belief system, so I didn't want to give it a voice, the characters a voice that I don't necessarily feel connects with them or embodies what they are. I just didn't have it, this particular story. And maybe in future stories I will develop a voice for each character. But I just want to put out a little just a little bit of what I've done for my research. Obatala, or Obatala, however you pronounce it, is in Yoruba religion a male figure. In Cuba, it is a female figure. That's just the way it works. It is a god, so obviously it can be whatever it wants to be. You understand what I'm saying? It can be male or female. Okay. And Obatala is also the god of humankind. I guess creator god. Created all humans. Sky father, sky mother, however you want to put it. Orisha Oko is the hunter, the farmer, the worker in that sense. And I don't want to rush through it, but that's basically what it does. Shango is more your thunder god. I remember history that he was believed to have a city, Ifa. He discovered Ifa and was the leader of Oyo, to be correct. And it's basically kind of like a god of war. If I'm getting any of these wrong, please, if you know the Orisha, inbox me, please. And Yamoja, or some people say Yamaya, is the mother of all the Orisha. She gave birth to all the Orisha. And is also the goddess of, I want to say, the ocean, because I think they have a different one for the rivers. So goddess of ocean. And yeah, so those just a quick little thing that I can remember from doing research a while ago about them. Now, in the story, you have a Obatala getting the she has a drum that I guess is the beautiful drum, and Shango wanted it, and he went and told his mom, and his mom came up with a plan. And I think that's kind of shady. That, first of all, homie, why you tell your mama? You know, and no disrespect to these guys, but if that's a human, right? Like, my daughter got something, and the little boy want it, and he go tell his mama, and his mama come up with a plan to like get my daughter's homeboy to tell her, you know, how to get the thing from my daughter. Like what? Homie, for real? It is kind of shady. But I don't want to go too much into this story because this is like belief systems we're talking about. I just want to say I really loved it. I really like the story, and there's a lot more stories in here in this book that I found. So you have some more coming from Cuba. And yeah. And actually some other Caribbean countries. We're going all over the Caribbean because I have a new treasure. That's what the book is called. It's the Treasury. And we're going to do this, right? And yeah. So, with that being said, let's go see Chef. Let's get your meal or dish, whatever it is. And until we get in this ship and journey off into the next location, as always, have a blessed day.
Welcome, my friends, to the Galley. I am your chef, and today, inspired by Obatala and her Yams, we will prepare what it is actually called in Cuba the Yucca. Alright? So we are going to prepare some traditional Cuban Yucca or Yams. What will you need for this recipe? Very, very simple recipe. 2 fresh yuccas. Frozen is fine too, but if you get fresh, remember it takes a little time to cook, so be patient and ensure this root vegetable is thoroughly cooked before serving. Alright? Next, you will need half a cup of oil, 2 limes juiced, 5 to 8 cloves of garlic finely minced, 1 medium sweet onion chopped in half rounds, and then, of course, salt to taste. Now, how do we put this simple dish together. Easy. You will peel the yucca. Make sure to remove all layers of outer skin and the gray veins. Yucca should be completely white. Then you will cut in half, lengthwise, and then in thirds. Add yucca in a stock pot and cover with enough cold water so it is completely covered. Boil for 20 to 25 minutes. A little longer if you want to ensure it is thoroughly cooked, or it is until tender. Be sure to remove the inner root once the yucca has opened. Drain and put on a plate. Now, while the yucca is boiling in the pan, add some oil on very low heat. Add the onion, the lime juice, and minced garlic to the oil and cook until the onions are softened. And please add salt as needed. Once that is thoroughly cooked, pour the onion mixture over the yucca and you are served. My friends, it is a very easy dish for a wonderful vegetable. Now, go do what you do. Let me know how it comes out, and until we have another recipe for you, remember Obatala and her yams.
My friends, we are here, and I want to thank you for coming out here on this voyage with me. Thank you for doing what you do and giving me the time to get to this point. I want you to join me in thanking Art by Chalet. I want to also join me in thanking those who create the sound effects and music on freesound.org and Free Music Archive. I want you to share this journey with your family and friends so that way they can be blessed just as you are. If you want to leave a comment or a review so others can learn about this voyage, please do so wherever you can. All other ways to support and contact me will be in the show notes. So please go there, check it out, and do what you do best and be you. Again, thank you. And until next time, have a blessed day.